Good evening, everybody. We are so back. F1 Total for Season 19 on F1 20, or the 2026 DLC. Division 3 will be the first to get us going. All races round 1 here in the Red Bull Ring in Austria. And I'm joined, as typical for a Wednesday, by Felix, here for Division 3. And there's just so much to talk about, really, before we even get in.
I mean, first up, the most obvious thing, we are a new game. It's been a long time, actually, since our last race back on F1 25, our last official race anyway.
Hello, sirs.
Hello, Phantom, you've joined in the middle of our stream opening.
Yeah.
Scheiße. I didn't get a YouTube notification, sorry.
Yeah.
It's just a bit delayed, I guess, but...
what was I about to say? Yeah, a new game, new EIS mainly, I think is the big talking point. It's basically right now the regulations in the game are sort of similar to how they were at the start of the year. So the EIS is very, very quickly reduced to 0, and just as quickly you go back up to 100. And that's going to lead to a lot of battling, of side-by-side moments, and of position swaps all throughout the field. And I expect a great show for us tonight.
Yeah. And especially at a track like Austria, it should be all the more chaotic. I'm just going to turn my mic down because I think the gain's a little bit high. Yeah, it's going to be all the more chaotic at a track like Austria, where lots of straights in succession. You'll only recharge probably about 20% through each corner. So it's going to, the driver's going to have to actually work out how to best deploy it for a compromise of pace on the first straights and not having 0 battery by the time you get to the second. The other big thing with this game is it makes it a lot harder to... it doesn't make it harder to battle, but it means that if you battle too hard and drain your battery, you are in a lot of trouble. That's the other thing. If you burn your battery in the first straight to stay ahead, and the guy behind you doesn't burn, or if you both burn and there's a guy behind you both, you can get overtaken very easily if you run out of battery. That's the main thing. And then quali as well. Quali is very different with all the lifting and coasting that you have to do now just to recharge battery in qualifying. It means time trial means even less than it did on previous games.
Yeah, so, even less than on 25. On some tracks, I'm not sure it's how much work thing it's going to be around Austria. I haven't driven Austria yet myself, but I would not be surprised if lift and coast is even a topic in qualifying. For sure, in the race we'll be seeing lots of lift and coast for the EAS recharge and to be able to attack. And another thing that I think we shouldn't go looking. I mean, you will see on the stream the amount of names in this lobby that we that you don't recognize. That I don't even recognize. That I've never seen race before. We've had a whole lot of new drivers join the league, so that's quite exciting to see how they all do.
Can I quickly put in there and say not just new drivers but returning drivers, because my boy Lanky Brown is back. One addition back to the Div 3. Only as a reserve, but I hope he does well, because if he does well, he'll come back.
So we have to let him win basically to make sure Lanky keeps racing.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it should be quite a different face for Division 3 since the season break, and don't quite know how it's going to go. Notoriously, Mihai isn't the best in his battery management, so I don't know how it is this game, but he was up there fighting for the title last season. Who knows this season? It's gonna come down a lot more to the race management and just being smart with it.
Yeah, once again, I feel the first time we went to Division 3 last season, I had no idea who was the title favorites. And then over the course of the season, we had our top 4, top 5 with Maxi as well. Maxi, Aussie, Flavors, Viral, and Mihai. Very obvious that those were the 5 best drivers over the course of the season. I think by around halfway, we knew those were the 5 to look out for. But now we're back to square one, I feel like, because the game, even though it's not a new game, just a DLC, it is so different and requires such a different skill set. The one-lap pace is pretty much completely irrelevant almost now. It's way more important to be able to manage the EIS and to stay out of trouble in the races, because the races also are way more chaotic. So, once again, I have no idea who to expect at the front of the field, and who will get the hang of this new EIS the best.
Yeah, I imagine the main thing with qualifying is just not being out of position. Because, making overtakes is possible, but it can be hard if the people around you are choosing to defend. It can be quite tough because there's only so much you can do with battery. Although on the flip side, it's quite hard to pull away for the same reason. You can't do much with battery.
Overtaking is almost like overtaking is so easy that it gets difficult again because you have to overtake the same guy 5 times to actually stay ahead.
Yeah.
And that will cost you very valuable time. So in that sense, it's quite important to qualify high and stay at the front or get to the front quickly. And then make sure you lock yourself into that leading group.
Yeah.
But once you're within that, say you have a 5-car train at the front, if you're in that top 5, it's gonna swap around so much.
And it's quite hard to...
if you...
Yeah. From what I've seen, it's quite hard to break the second, but once it breaks, it splits fast. Just because of the battling and defending and stuff that happens at the front of a train.
Yeah, it depends. Because the battling is quite intense, so if they battle too much, the cars behind will catch back up. But also the being within the second and getting the increased deployment and recharge on the battery matters so much. So if you work together, you can gain so much time against other cars, and then yeah, that I think will be a big topic this season. Who can play it intelligently, who can play it smart with that EIS system. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah. Dylan says it might rain at the end of the race, which will be interesting.
Rain would definitely spice things up a little bit as well.
Yeah. It's just another unknown, because most of these drivers won't have driven in the rain, I'd imagine.
I've driven some rain, and it does actually kind of kill the EIS completely.
And it also kills the downforce with the loss of the active arrow, but...
Yeah, but that's not too bad, because it's the same for everyone, and the slipstream effect still lives there, so it's not really... All it does is slow the cars down the straight, which doesn't affect the racing all too much. But the EIS in the rain becomes kind of irrelevant, because you no longer have an overtake button. The EIS is limited to none, medium, and hot lap, and in the wet, you just don't get enough time being full throttle for hot lap mode to burn enough that you just stay hot lap mode for the whole time. Basically, you will never run out of battery. At least on the tracks I've done so far in the wet. Maybe Austria could be different because the straights are longer, but then you also have these very long braking zones. Thinking up the hill to turn 3, there's going to be a lot of EIS recharge through there. And the first lap of the season, I believe, is coming from Proposel in the McLaren.
Yeah. Yeah, he's... And just looking at his battery, how he's been doing it, you can... He did recharge about 20-25% through turn 3, which got him about enough to burn down the entire straight. Probably burned a bit too much on that first one, if I were to, like, say how to improve. As he takes us through 5 through 6 into 7 now, he's just... Yeah, you do recharge a decent bit through this middle sector, and then he's going to want to deploy quite a bit here. Because the main deployment gain is in the corner exits. You want to be deploying pretty much as soon as you have traction. This is going to take us into the last corner now, and we will have the third lap of the season put on the board. As he crosses the line, it's going to be a 106.6, and then, yeah, we await the laps coming in from the other cars behind him.
That's Luke coming over the line second, and he goes half a second faster, 106.0 from the debutant. Right now, actually, 2 debutants in 1-2 position, both Luke and Proposel, completely new to the league.
And Marcelo's gone P3. Let's go along with a 5.4, further 6 tenths faster than what Luke could do there. Then we've got the Alpine of Lanky coming around the final corner. He does a 6.0, goes pretty much matches his teammate exactly. And then Eddie around the last corner has invalidated. He's going to have to go again. Then it's the Red Bull of the Kaiser next to the line. Crosses it now with 107.1. No ERS for basically that entire final straight, which cost him quite a lot on the run to the line. Dylan's going to be going again. There's 2 Cadillacs going. It's Virotar. I thought it was looked like a Cadillac.
And a close one. Only 13 thousandths between Mihai and Skoloin at the top of the timing sheet right now.
And not a huge gap behind down to Viral. Now we've got Cammy Boy around the last corner. He's just on an out lap as
Great
Luke's
show
back
from Scotland
into
in the first lap.
lane.
He didn't show this pace last season.
I'm just going to turn Phantom up.
Worth mentioning, it's obviously the first races in F1 total ever for both Cadillac and Audi. Cadillac 2 drivers here, Ashton at the main, the reserve of Codematic, and Audi have Marcelo as the main. Can they get them off to a good start in F1 total ahead of Div 2 and Div 1 later in the week?
Yeah, it's also the first time in F1 history that we get to race with 11 teams. Of course, we started the league back on F1 2018, and since then there have never been more than 10 in Formula 1. We don't get to see it in this first race, but I'm sure eventually at some point during the season in some division we will have all 11 teams represented, and I'm looking forward to that. Having an even bigger grid.
What team is?
We're only 17, so we're missing a couple.
Yeah, but like, have you got at least one driver from each team?
There's no
Is
Aston,
there 11?
I think.
Yes, you're right. There's no Aston. 10 different constructors still. Wondered if you had at least one driver from each constructor.
Okay, apparently my microphone is low. I don't know if that's on my end or Numi's end.
I can turn you up. It was fine.
When I put the stream on and you sounded all okay, but I wasn't speaking my headphones.
I'll just turn you
You
up
are
a
at
bit.
least coming through, but maybe
Yeah, like you're coming through. It's just that you won't be as loud as us,
maybe
probably.
the same as me, because I think I'm normally pretty quiet.
I turned you up like 20 seconds ago.
Cool.
Yeah, because I was just thinking that. I didn't think Felix was so bad, but yeah, so, like it's going to be interesting with the run plans because the ERS is different. You can kind of, you can kind of play around with it a bit more, and you don't necessarily have to do cooldown laps, but you probably, realistically, you probably do.
Nah, you definitely need a cooldown lap. There's no way, because I mean, if you finish a lap on more than like 5% ERS, you're doing it wrong. So
Yeah.
you can't really do another one after that. But the nice thing is, if you invalidate nearly another lap, you don't need the cooldown lap. Last game, if you invalidated, say, Stars to the 3 at Austria,
Oh, Flavors!
you're not going to get the ERS. Sorry, you're not going to get the ERS in time to get the next lap. Then you have to go around another whole time and probably be out of field by the end of it. But this game, you can recharge to 100 in like 2 corners.
Yeah. Yeah, Flavors can't go around again.
Last season, he was challenging the title, and not a great start to this season. The first lap invalidated. And he fights
Very good lap by D-Stream there as he jumps up into the top 3. 105.479, about half a tenth away from Skoloin and Mihai on the front row of the grid.
It's very much matched what they've done so far. There's a Mercedes supposedly off at the last corner. I think that's just the game bug. Oh no, there is Mercedes off at the last corner.
That was Curtis. He went completely straight on the last corner, it looked like.
I assumed it was just a game bug, because it didn't seem to be bringing out a yellow, but that might have just been because Flavors' lap was invalid, so it was just showing it red. I don't think I was even spectating Flavors.
8/10 improvement from Proporcel through the last corner. He about to make a big improvement onto the time board here, and that puts him into the top 4. 105.606, a full second gained at the end of the lap.
It's very solid, and it's put him only 2/10 off that time that's currently top from Skoloin, who's now just going out again. We'll be looking to improve on that a bit. I don't think we've seen Mihai since his original lap. So there is the factor of yellow flags in qualifying that can affect your time. But it's not that big of a difference to engine power, but it can be. It could be the difference if it's fine margins.
Right, Marcelio turned into the first corner and just absolutely stayed around it. He's still pushing because somehow 28 miles off he validated it. He drifted through turn 1 there in the Audi as AJ Curtis is part of the track of this one.
Scooby-Doo going into P8 there with a 107.018. Solid first lap session for him.
Yeah, you've got Vara there last corner on his out lap. Skoloin's just started. Oh, it's just
Next
at the end of
one, I
sector
believe,
1.
is Proporcel again. But
Yeah, Skoloin's not pushing.
Might be AC, I think. He's the first one on push lap.
Yeah, looks like it. He's going to get affected by the yellow flag here in the last sector, which is going to take away his... Oh, no, it's just going to go just in time for him. I think he's still pushing. It's quite hard to tell when cars are lifting and coasting. But
Yeah, it's annoying. The telemetry
yeah,
doesn't
too
work
wide.
yet. It's a very annoying glitch.
Marcelio and Built and AC both invalidated. Final couple of corners there. Cammy Boy's coming around the final corner.
Currently
Yeah,
down
his
in
first
14th
lap in
without a
F1
time set. He's going across the line. Going to P8 with a 106.8, about 1.4 off what the current benchmark is. He'll be hoping there's a bit more time than that he can find in the rest of the session. You've got Dylan and Scoline coming around the last corner, as is... is that a second? It's really hard to tell with Haas and Cadillac looking exactly the same.
Yeah, it's good Dixon getting used to the new
yeah.
colors.
Who is that? I've because I checked.
The next one over the
Yeah.
line is Luke.
It's Codematic that just started his lap there. I couldn't tell because I could just see a bunch of white cars and trying to work out
Well,
which
Luke
one.
is up by a 10th after the middle sector, so as it stands, that's going to keep him with a slight improvement further ahead of his teammate Lanky, but not quite into the top 5. Unless he has a good final sector, straight more unable to the line, it's a 105.757, a 3-10 improvement, gets him rather close to Rowley ahead of him, but not quite into the top 5.
I want to say, and that's Mihai coming around the last
Codematic's
corner.
pushing.
Then
Bad
it's
luck.
yeah, there's a few cars going around. I think it's Scoline's going to be the next to the line. A 10th up, he bailed in the pit lane.
Dylan and Codematic both the last corner now, and so far neither of them with a competitive lap time. So this is the first we'll see of their pace. Dylan into 7th, and Codematic goes into 9th.
Yeah, 5.9 from
Codematic.
Dylan is fairly solid. A couple tenths off. And you'd probably want to find a few more tenths to be around that 5-6 range at the end of the session, but you know, for the time being, it's
Rowley
nothing
with a good improvement here.
too bad.
2.5 tenths after the middle sector. With a good last sector, he could go pole position here. And the Haasman puts himself... Oh, he does actually improve in the final sector.
Understeered a lot
That's
through that
lost all
final
the
corner.
time, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Mihai
understeer, went
up.
right up to the curb. Yeah, Mihai,
Mihai
4
Mihai
tenths
up
up through the first 2 sectors. He's going to
Well,
come down
coming up
into
behind
the
the
back
back of Marcelio, I think. He's on a push lap himself, so he won't be getting out the way. And Mihai has to hope that Marcelio is quick enough to the last 2 corners so he doesn't get held up here.
Mihai's
Marcelio
yeah, he's going to
pulls
go.
off into the pit lane, and that has saved Mihai's lap, and it's a great last corner, I would say, for Mihai. 104.903, half a second ahead of second place Scoloin.
Very good lap. And presumably Scoline bailing with a 10th up in the after the first 2 sectors means he's got quite a bit more time as well. But yeah, so I mean, Mihai's now fast quite a long way out front. He's got a second down to where Dylan is with that 5.9. And yeah, so Scoline's going to need a big improvement to get back up to where they were after the first runs. D-Stream's just starting a lap, and there's a couple of Haskell in the final
Flavors
corner.
validates again at the second last corner.
Let's see what the time would have been.
I think he's backed
106.7.
off.
Okay, he wouldn't have been great
he's
either.
backed off a bit.
He would have been 10th with that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Santa season would have won it. But the Haas
Well, Flavor's turned off traction control completely, so he's pretty much just trying to survive.
That's true, but he's getting track limits from the exit of the corner where traction control is not an issue. He's just carrying too much speed through running out wide.
Oh, Daystream up by a 10 from the bit in the first sector, coming up at the end of the middle split. Could he get himself onto the front row, and with a great middle and last sector, maybe even back towards Mihai, 1/10 up after middle sector, so not looking likely that he beats Mihai, but he is on the way to second place on the grid. With a good lap so far, and 2 corners to go. That was a very good second to last corner, into the last corner now. And that was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's what
Down
I was
to
about
line
to
for
say.
D-Stream. It's a 105.116. 3.5 tenths gained on his previous best. 2 tenths of Mihai still, but he is, for the moment, second place.
Yeah, very, very strong last sector will probably bring some confidence in, because that's quite a tough sector to nail. It's a lot of commitment and very high risk, but he's got that pretty much spot on. Still 2 tenths off Mihai, though, which will probably give the Ferrari man quite a bit of confidence that even with a perfect last sector, D-String couldn't get within a couple of tenths of him. You've now got AJ coming around the final corner, who improved by 2.5 tenths up into P11. And
Next 2 cars are not
Yep.
improving. Next one is Cammy Boy, up by 4 tenths.
we could send him up the order bill. It's quite spread out in that sort of middle part of the field. 4 tenths was sent, it's only 2 tenths in the end. Jumps him up 1 position, I think, up ahead
Oh, building
into
AC
P10.
off the track into the gravel. Another lap in the bin for the Williams truck.
Okay, decent. Yeah, decent coming back into the pit lane.
Once again, drifting through turn 1. That's how I watch Marcelo. He's fucking it into turn 1 and drifting around.
You got the Kaiser a tiny bit down through the first 2 sectors. It depends if you can find some time in that final one, or whether he's going to bail into the pit lane.
Oh, Richard Curtis.
It's going to take the line. Here's the Kaiser hits. It seemed fairly tidy through the last sector, but he's got no batteries. He comes across the line, and he doesn't improve in the end. It's only a tiny bit down, but...
Look at his delta to the last lap. Sorry. Cole's gonna call me old again.
Well,
and AJ Curtis retiring in the pit lane, I think, yeah. 3 minutes left in qualifying. He is not going to be going out again. I'm not sure, maybe he did already use all his tires.
That's what I was going to say, maybe he's using his tires already.
Because he's been out on track quite a bit. You see the out on the gravel letting people through.
Marcelio's found some time, 8
with
tenths.
a lot of battery. I think he's on a cooldown lap here.
And Marcelio found 8 tenths
back
to go
away,
up
but
to
AC
P9.
is actually retired.
Oh, he's crashed. He's crashed in the
retired out on track.
I know.
Yeah.
It was
That's not great.
gravel.
The yellow flag, of course, impacts other people's lap. And quite a few people have, I think, abandoned the lap they were on just then.
Yeah, now you've got...
Span off into the gravel legitimately.
Yeah. You got Skyline just on a lap coming through Sector 1. Game says purple is not going to give me any delta.
2.5 tenths.
Yes, he's heading down in towards turn 4 now. He's going to want to save a little bit of battery. He's lifting... Oh no, the telemetry bug, never mind. But he's going to want to save a bit of battery through turn 4, which he has done. He's going to meet the yellow flag here, but he's not going to be deploying too much anyway as it goes green just as he gets to the corner. It's 4 tenths up now. He's going to need a little bit more in that final sector, but he looks able to challenge Mihai if he gets the last couple of corners right. He's out of battery as he heads into the final 2, so the yellow flag's not going to affect him all that much. He takes it through the final corner. It's a little bit wider where he would have liked through that last corner, but he's going to come across the line now. It's a 5-0, and it's not enough to beat Mihai unless he's got the time to recharge and go for another lap.
You see Byron in the final sector now for Haas.
Yeah, he's on the
Too
way
wide,
for his lap.
yeah.
And he's up by 1.5 tenths in the first sector.
Flavors through the final corner. Has kept
improving
within
even
the limits
more.
this time. He's going to get a lap in this. A 6.2 as he goes into P9 there. You got Luke who's down on his time coming into the last sector. I don't know if he's going to be able to do another lap. He doesn't have the battery to do so. Proper Cell's going to be the next car coming through the last corner as he keeps it just about... Oh, he keeps it within the white lines. Good bit of the apex on the inside there as he comes across the line. And he can't improve. It's a 5.6. Still a solid time, but it's no improvement there. And then you got the Alpine, I believe
down
that's...
this time and going back to the pit lane. No improvement coming from Mihai.
Yeah, he's into the pits. Skyline has recharged the battery and he might be able to go again if he has the time. 45 seconds to go. He should be able to start another lap if he has the fuel to do so, but I don't know if he's
Dylan is
actually
going
going to go for
again.
it.
So is Daystream. So we're looking at Skyline, Daystream, Dylan. Lanky's done. Flavors might get one more in. Marcelio's starting one right at the end now.
And Skyline's going to get one more in as well as D-String comes to the end of the sector 1. He's 2.5 tenths down. He's in a lot of trouble unless it's just different battery deployment, trying to do something different to save more for later. Because he still does have a lot of battery here, so it might just be using it slightly differently. We're going to have to keep an eye on that time. Skyline's invalidated, so he's not going to be challenging.
With a big improvement coming from Codematic. 3 tenths up after the middle sector, but he is very low on the EIS. That could cost him in this last sector. Otherwise, he might be on for a top 8. We'll see. Down to the line for the Cadillac driver, and that's a 105.883 despite the low EIS. Gains even more time in the last sector and puts himself into the top 8.
D-Stream is up through the first 2 sectors as he comes through the final couple of corners, but he got it so perfectly the previous time. He can't match it again because he's invalidated, and as he comes around the last corner, whatever time he does is not going to be enough. He didn't improve anyway. I think it just goes to show, like, he's only barely up coming into the last sector. He was very unlikely to improve from that position.
We're only waiting for Flavors now, I think. Everybody else has invalidated. Cammy Boy as well coming around the last corner. Everybody else, messing up their last lap here. Flavors though up by half a second. Big improvement coming from him. Cammy Boy over the line. Proves a little bit, but stays in P12. So, Flavors, can he put himself maybe into the top 8? With the improvement he's on for here. 1-0 5.678. That's P5 for Flavors. Right next to his teammate Viral.
Yeah, pulled the lap out at the
Remains
end. Good luck.
Mihai on pole position.
I think Viral got impeded on his last lap. So yeah, it's a good lap from
Phantom
Flavors at
is
the
gone.
end.
Yeah, I have been new.
Oh, you're lagging like hell as well in the VC.
Yeah. It's a good lap from Flavors at the end to get himself up into the area he should be. Teamwork is very strong on this game because one of you can save, one of you can burn. So having a teammate around you is a big advantage. Yeah, Mihai on pole. Skurline second, D-Stream in third, Propercell fourth. It's debuted on 2-3-4. I want to say. Did Skurline do any races last season?
I have no idea.
I don't. He might have done
think
one
he
in like Division 1.
Yeah, he definitely raced in F1 before. I don't think he raced in Division 3.
Yeah.
Well, that was exciting qualifying, and
Yeah.
I think we're on for an even more exciting race. The field looks very close, and yeah, cloudy skies here in
Spielberg.
Austria.
Yeah, the top seems very close. It should be fun.
And I'm excited to see how this goes. Yeah, the two Haas up there, but not quite up there, but both of them in a position where they can work together if they have a good start, get themselves into that front group. And like I said, I don't think the one-lap pace will matter all too much, especially at a track like Austria, where, let's be honest, you are just going in a straight line for most of it. Not a whole lot of work required. So just about managing the EAS correctly, getting that lift and coast in, recharging the battery, and being able to attack on the straights where it's needed, and then let other people battle in the corners.
Yeah, if you start lifting and coasting, especially into a tight corner, there's not very much the car behind you can do to get past you. Like
yeah, exactly. It's just free EAS.
I think back to Suzuka.
Here we go then.
In the event we did, if you start lifting, going into... Mihai's on the soft tyre.
Interesting.
The softs aren't as bad, the tyre wear's a bit higher. Mihai says he's two-stopping. The tyre wear is a bit...
not the way on this game, I don't think. With all lift and coasting...
The tyre wear's so much lower this game.
Yeah, but it's not actually lower per se, but you drive in a way where it's lower because you have
so
to
you get you get less tyre
in
wear.
turn, you also manage the tyre.
Yeah.
And the one-stoppers become yeah, way easier to manage.
Yeah.
So surprised to see Mihai go for the soft start and likely then for the two-stop. Soft hard would be quite difficult
Mihai
with the lower tyre wear.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of the field will be one-stopping.
Looks like it. A mix of mediums and hards. I think D-Stream and P... I think we have soft, medium, hard in the 1, 2, 3, which will be an interesting dynamic. We'll see who gets the start right, because it's different RPM on this game. Here you go. Fire lights. Ahead of the Austrian Grand Prix, it's lights out, and away we go. They weren't held for long as Skyline has got a good start on the inside of Mihai. There's a car in the wall already. That's D-Stream facing the wrong way before they even get to turn one. Mihai hangs on around the outside of Skyline to maintain the lead as they head down in towards turn 3. Skyline's going to have a look. They're all burning the battery a little bit, probably a bit too much, but they're wanting to be safe on lap 1. Proposel on the inside is going to move up into that second place, but he doesn't have the line, so he's going to lose out in the end. He's now going to be under a bit of pressure from Viral behind. I think he's going to stay as they were for the top 2. The big moment, obviously, D-Stream being into the wall. There's quite a lot of action going on behind.
Oh, 3 cars off the Audi,
oh, yeah!
the Cadillac, and the Mercedes, and
hit the
the
McLaren as well, yeah.
And that's a virtual safety car. That was Coldmatic, Marcelio, and Curtis, I believe, and then Cammy Boy getting collected, but he seems to have gotten away with that.
Involved as well.
Scot-free, full core safety car now out on track. No car DNF'd, but quite a few cars with big damage from that collision.
And
a
bit.
Start.
I've never had the game take so long to load me into
Is
lobby.
Mihai pitting? Mihai's pitting. Mihai's getting off those softs already.
Quite a way to throw away a pole position by Mihai.
Virus in as well, off the mediums. Flavors in too. The hazard double stacking at the end of lap 1.
What? If you don't have damage, why would you pit from up here?
Especially when you're on the mediums.
Throwing away track position. Like, it's a tire advantage of 1 lap. It's not that deep.
Yeah. unless they're like right, unless they think they can go to the end, which they just can't.
Nah, that's...
They're like,
I mean,
Mihai is
bottom
not
four,
going
I
to the
think,
end
all
on
have
hards from
damage,
here.
so it makes sense they are pitting, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Like
the two
Mihai,
Haas
Viral,
and
and Flavors.
Mihai, I'm confused by.
Yeah.
Built-in AC is now 10 places from his bottom of the grid starting position.
Great
You'd
start.
be up 5,
I mean,
guys
to
up
be
6,
fair,
Rick
Phantom,
up 6.
3 of them pit, 1 span off the line, and 4 got smashed off the track at turn 4, so...
Don't want to hear it, mate. I know. Go. Brilliant lap 1.
In fact, one of the cars that got smashed off at turn 4 is still ahead of AC.
Pretty irrelevant information. I want to see... all I care about is Lanky Brown in 4th place on his return. What a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that safety car, the race is neutralized. Skoloin is taking the lead ahead of Proporcel and Dylan, the 2 Alpines. So a bit of a reshuffling of the order here.
The one
and,
thing
our
with the
previous race leader down in 11th with a lot of work to do and a tire advantage of a whopping singular lap.
big thing with battery on this game, if you get lucky and you've just deployed all your battery and then the safety car comes out, you know, you can gain quite a lot on the straight for no loss. So if you know, if someone's just retired, you just burn your battery, get past someone, and then the safety car comes out, and they just haven't burnt their battery because they're thinking about the race ahead, and then you see the safety car and you go gambling. I don't know if that would actually work in practice.
Risky.
But
Another thing I saw was Dylan. He lifted and coasted like 400 meters before turn 3, and because everybody else was so bunched up, he lost like 5/10 before the braking zone, and then he gained all of it and more back during the corner because he wasn't side by side with anyone.
Yeah.
And then he had the battery to fly past people on the straight because they just burned all of theirs in the run into turn 3.
yeah, everyone was
So
burning into turn
you're
3.
gonna see that type of dynamic even more so throughout the race. On lap 1, you have to be a bit more careful with that. If you lift and coast in the middle of the straight, when there's 10 cars, like when there's 1 car behind you, it's already risky. When there's 10 cars behind you, you're almost guaranteed to have somebody smash into you.
It's in this lap quite quick, but everyone's got the train. So yeah, Scolan's going to lead the restart with Proporcel in P2. Scolan's going to want to use those medium tyres while they're on the car, and before the hards become the better one. You can't go too early because you don't want to just drain the battery. Oh, you can't use like the boost mode until you get to the line. So you have to do restarts in hot lap.
The
Which
second Alpine there of Luke Core is lagging quite a lot, but maybe watch out for Evo and Incident,
Yeah.
or just generally just dropping back and maybe being hard to overtake.
And I think Sklar is gone.
Yep.
It's gone very early.
But yeah, he's not used any battery yet.
Proporcel napping very well there. The Kaiser in the pits of the restart. And Proporcel having to burn the battery to get back into touching distance of Skoloin. With a great
Skoloin's
restart
got, like,
by the
full
Finn.
battery still. Yeah, people will probably get caught out on safety car restarts generally. There's a big gap from AC to Cammy Boy. He just doesn't. He's just harvesting down the entire straight as he's got Scooby-Doo behind him a second back.
Marcelio going very deep into turn 3. Overtakes him on the outside of the track. Maybe just keeps the wheel in. The Kaiser came to the pits wing down, but it didn't change the wing. It was a complete disaster for him.
Oh, Flavor's been tagged by Codematic there on the inside through turn 4. Codematic gets his way through. Flavors has lost it as well.
Oh,
Going into the
Flavors.
gravel, he's going to
Oh, and he's round!
He's going to keep it at the wall, but he's gotten around, making a pit stop already as well. It's a disaster for Flavors early on. Scooby-Doo goes a bit wide, which allows Mihai through, but look at the gap from AC up into that top 6. And that is a big risk of pitting early on, because you lose your track position, you have slower cars in front of you, as it's side by side there, Marcelio and Scooby-Doo through the penultimate corner. It's 3 wide into the final corner as Scooby-Doo goes around the outside. Marcelio loses out and D-Stream goes through as well. Mihai now gets past Viral on the inside, but he's burned a bit of battery to do so. Viral gets pushed out a little bit wide by Mihai, who's now going to burn to try and get past AC, but he's going to have no battery to defend from Viral from by the time they get to the run into turn 4. And now look at this, Viral can just save his battery. Mihai's had to deploy a lot more, but AC still has 80%.
D-Stream overtakes Scooby-Doo into turn 3. Marcelio also getting past Scooby-Doo down the straight. A lot more battery.
Yeah, Viral and Mihai now both getting past AC, but he's still got lots of battery to spend on the straights from. But I just don't think he's using it at the right times, is the problem for AC. I think he's using it too late on the straights, so he doesn't get the main benefit from it, which is the traction.
Marcelio now past D-Stream as the Audi driver is making moves back up the field.
Meanwhile, out in front, Skoloin has put a full second on Proper Serve. Got a yellow flag
Flavors round
for
again.
Flavors. And Proper Serve with 0 battery. Very vulnerable to Dylan in behind him. Likely to see a swap for second place coming up, and then Dylan will start chasing after Skoloin for the race lead. Lanky Brown also lurking in behind. Proper Serve might be losing multiple spots in one go here as he's on 0% battery the whole straight. That's going to be easy pickings for Dylan on the inside into turn 3. Or is it? As he breaks early, recharged the battery, and maybe sets himself up for an attack down towards turn 4.
Lanky has a lot of battery, but he's just not using it. Proper Cell again down to a flat 0. A Cammy Boy there getting past Luke up into 5th place, but Dylan just can't get past Proper Cell, who has no battery. Pretty much, he's burning it to 0 every single time he gets some, and it just means they're probably just going to be losing more and more time to Skoloin as the race goes on.
The two new teams go side by side, Chromatic and Marcelio, Audi and Cadillac, and it's Chromatic that wins out. At the back there was Flavors really struggling now. He's on no traction to get the car under control after just one spin, just kept half spinning to try to get back underway, and he's now so far back he needs a safety car out.
Yeah.
Well, what Flavor's problem is that he's turning the boost on way too early. So multiple times now. He will get close to full throttle, press overtake, and the car just goes round immediately because you just added 500 horsepower.
Yeah. You need to do it as soon as you have traction and not before. I think Dylan just lost the rear there as he put on the boost, trying to get past Proper Cell. This time he does it on the outside, and even though he lifts and coasts, he should have enough to make it down the second part. Proper Cell goes very deep. And there goes Dylan, and presumably Lanky's going to go for him as well. Lanky's got pretty much a full battery.
Look at the battery difference.
Yeah,
that's nothing.
Huge difference. And there goes Lanky on the inside. Still has 70%, 80% as he comes through turn 4. He's not got the move done just yet, though, so he's going to need to use a little bit more of that. And there he goes, up into 3rd place to follow along behind Dylan. Got double the battery. Flavors off again. He's going to be a lap down before too long. 2.2 seconds out front now is Skoloin, as he's just able to manage that battery. To good effect.
AC has caught Matic, and Matic spun around. He has caught the car fairly well, only lost to 1 place.
Action Wreck is round as well in a similar incident, same corner, I think.
Mihai and Luke side by side through the last corner, now onto the main straight. Mihai though completely out of battery, so Luke has the advantage and pulls back in front, heading towards turn 1. Heading out of turn 1 in the meantime, Dylan with a little bit of a wobble, under attack from Lanky. Proper Cell with a completely empty battery in behind will not be a factor in this battle for the moment. As Lanky's doing some lift and coasting there, Proper Cell looking back up the inside.
And there goes Mihai
as well. Around the outside of Luke. Oh, Luke has been tapped from behind now by Cammy Boy. Cammy Boy now on the exit, looking to get back past him.
Oh no! That's big! Huge crash. I don't know how Luke survived that. Gone completely airborne in the wall. He's lost his front wing, but the contact model has blessed him on this occasion. He's still alive. He's lost half his... he's only lost 1 end plate from going airborne there. There's going to be big damage to the Cammy Boy as well, you'd imagine. Yeah, he's missing half his front wing. There's a virtual safety car for the debris.
Matic's off. It's been a disastrous couple of laps for Cadillac. It's been nothing actually both spinning, but yeah, what incident.
And I think Dylan's coming into the pit lane.
Dylan might take this opportunity to go into the pit lane.
Yeah. He's coming off the hard.
So Dylan definitely on a 2-stopper there, because the medium will not be going to the end from here.
So he's taking the
I thought maybe one of the medium runners would pit and try to go to the end, but I'm surprised to see Dylan then into the pit lane. Cammy Boy is in, but he of course has to fix that damage. Same for Luke. Daystream coming into the pit lane for the 2nd time as well.
Yeah.
The rest of the field staying out.
Very interesting that Dylan chose to pit when he's on the hards already. And we go green again quite quickly. Dylan's still in the pit lane. He's going to be losing time now.
This worked out quite nice for Dylan actually. He's come out just side by side of AC. Needs to make sure he gets that position now and not get locked into a battle for too long.
Yeah.
And he lets AC go actually.
And presumably going to go
really
past.
Deep into turn 3. Dylan setting up the exit.
A little bit too late with the overtake, I think, to actually get benefit.
That's another yellow flag for Flavors, who was spun around.
He is about
an awful race
half
so far.
behind being lapped on lap 9. He's in a lot of trouble. There he is. looking from Skoloin. He's going to go a lap down in just a second. Mihai has lost out to, he's caught up to Propercell actually, who's just not got the battery to do anything really. Mihai's going to get the overtake and should presumably be able to get past before too long. He's been able to get viral. Okay, it's just decent though. I thought he was carrying weight.
Propercell is being really let down by his battery management here. He's on 0% every straight, and it's costing him like 30, 40 kph. Yeah, Mihai just flew past him with a 30 kph speed advantage, and Mihai didn't have that much battery either. Propercell just literally, every single straight he burns to 0, and then completely runs out of acceleration, and just gets stuck at sort of 300 kph maximum, while everybody else hitting 320, 330, and it's costing him loads.
And now Mihai, and because of the use of the battery, Mihai's just close right up to Lanky. Lanky not using basically any battery through this section.
Flavor's around again.
Yeah, Flavors now is a lap down, but 4 seconds behind Skoloin now is this group, and Mihai's burnt to 0. He's still burning. He's gonna go up the inside into the last corner. But why? What do you gain from this, Mihai? Lanky's got 85% battery, you have 0 because you burnt to nothing into a corner where you can't overtake.
Also on 0, so massive battery management from Lanky.
I don't understand why Mihai would burn to 0 in a corner where you can't pass anyway. Because now Lanky...
He probably thought he could make the pass, but he doesn't know that Lanky actually has a shit ton of ES. Lanky has been doing a very good job on the management.
Whoa.
And Mihai, with the move on the inside in turn 3, as long as Lanky stays with him, I mean, he's got a full battery charge, so as soon as Mihai runs out here, also Mihai with a bit of wind damage on the front left end plate. And there goes Lanky back up the inside. Back into second place. And of course, all this battling is absolutely playing the cards of Skoloin as the gap keeps increasing.
It's gone up by a second in just his
last
last lap.
well.
Lanky's using Lanky's costing himself time by not using enough. Mihai's costing himself time by using too much, I think. That's how it seems to me. Because Lanky is often on these short straights very slow. Mihai's on 0 again. He's going to go for it again into the final corner. It's the same situation as the previous lap. Lanky has 60% battery. Mihai has a flat 0. And
Mihai's doing the same thing as what I was critiquing Propercell for 2 laps ago.
Yeah.
Where he's burning to 0 every straight for no reason.
And now he's on 0 again. Lanky's not deploying.
Mihai, for 3 straights, just don't press it and then press it all at once so you get past, not just alongside. Because what you're doing right now is a waste of everybody's time.
He's going to go past.
Maybe he's got him now because he had a great exit and Lanky got all out of shape. But
Great
he's completely empty on the battery,
but...
and Lanky will have an easy time re-overtaking him if he wants to.
Yeah, no, also have a great time recharging.
Does Lanky want to, or is Lanky gonna be smart and look to work together with Mihai to catch Skoloin for the race win?
Depends if he thinks the win's gone or not, I suppose. If he thinks it's still possible.
Yeah, look at that. The moment they stop battling, look at the amount of time Mihai has just gained in 2 corners. He's gained 3 times through. Immediately.
Yeah. Viral's here. Viral's joined this battle. Dylan has caught up a lot of time with VSC as well. There's a good battle just in between Adrian and Marcelio, but Adrian managed to pull away.
Mihai's now burnt to 0 in cleaner. As the yellow flag there, that's Luke who's gone off, I believe.
Yeah, Luke has got no front wing there, so he must have spun off into a wall somewhere. Or made contact with another car. I'm not sure if it was close to anyone recently. He had the incident with Cammy Boy, of course, but then he pitted after that, so... And surely the team would have changed this wing regardless of whether he had that set to yes or automatic. So Luke coming back into the pit lane for another wing change, and that will put him down to P16. And once again, Flavors with a spin.
Having an absolutely horrible...
Oh, it's gone on! He's from the lead, he's gone off, he's 5 seconds clear. Now Mihai is going to be eroding his tail coming into turn number 6. He's made the race a lot more interesting for us. And ruined it for himself potentially as he heads through turn number 7 now through 8. He's got a lot more battery than anyone behind him does. But now Mihai's going to get the overtake modes. Skonon's going to pit at the end of this lap. End of lap 13 comes in. Mihai now takes the race lead. Doesn't get the overtake mode. Lanky's going to keep that over Mihai as another little advantage. Skolon into the pit lane. Almost speeding as well as he locks up straight into the pits. And so, an end of lap 13 isn't a disaster. It's too early to be pacing as Austria. Possibly want to go a little bit longer, at least if the previous games are anything to go by.
Lap 13 was fairly normal last game for... Because you have to remember, Skoloin is a... He has the knowledge of an esports driver, being an esports engineer, but the pace of a Division 3 driver. So he's running the strategies that you would run in esports level races, which is you pit quite early, go for the undercut. And lap 13, last game already with the higher tire wear, was not an unreasonable pit stop lap around Austria. Maybe a bit early. So now on this game, lap 13 is very much reasonable, and I think Skoloin will easily get to the end from here.
Dylan's got past viral with...
Oh, Lanky Brown with a mistake on the exit.
Proper cell now. The proper cell
yeah,
has no
no
battery. Lanky's lost the DR... not the DRS, the overtake mode to Mihai. Proper cell's going to get the overtake mode here, but he's using it through the corners. He has boost on through the corner, and now he's got absolutely nothing left, and Lanky goes breezing up another, like, 3/10 into the distance without actually using any boost himself.
Yeah, I can't let Lanky's pace is a war crime, but Proper Cell's ES mentioned is a war crime, so it equals out to them being equally shit that they can fight for P2. And Dylan must be loving life, seeing the gap absolutely disappear.
Yeah.
He's already got Viral. Viral is now being pulled along by Dylan, and the two of them really must be in heaven, because the fight for P2 is, the train for P2 is moving at
slowly.
snail's pace.
It's not going to be long
Marcelio
until these guys have to
AC
pitch as well,
and
especially
Scooby.
Lanky.
Yeah, Marcelio AC and Scooby all into the medium.
I think what's going to happen is Lanky's going to
30.
pit, and Dylan's going to catch up to Proper Cell by the time he pits, and they're going to pit around the same time, probably, onto another medium. That'd be my guess.
Someone tapes this man's overtake button off. Every time I go on board with him, he's on 0%. How is it possible?
Lanky's in.
Lanky's in, yeah. And lap 14 off the medium makes a lot of sense. He's going to be going to the end on the set of hards that he will put on. And so the top two now on hards. Mihai making that lap 1 stop onto the hards from the softs.
Skoloin with the move on AJ now down towards turn 1 here. He's caught the first of the traffic he has to get around. AJ defending the inside, doesn't want to let Skoloin go that easily. He sets up a nice little switch back on the exit. Bird gets caught up behind him. Now has to use some battery to get that speed. He just lost back.
AJ has none,
and is alongside down towards turn 3 on the inside. And that is Skoloin up into 5th.
Yeah, AJ hit none halfway down that straight, so it was always going to be Skoloin to move. And even though he did burn probably more battery than he would like, he can still afford to burn more than what AJ can on this straight. Plus having the boost, or the overtake, makes it it makes it very easy to stay ahead and solidify that 5th place. He's only 6 seconds behind Viral now, as he goes chasing after these leaders. He's 16 seconds behind Mihai, so we'll come out quite comfortably ahead of him once the pit stops happen. But then Mihai will get the fresh tyres and close back up to him.
Yeah, Lanky coming out the pit lane in 7th, now chasing after AJ. And need to get around him as soon as he can. Daystream back into the pit lane on only 7 lap old hearts. Not sure if he picked up some damage somewhere or if he's just going for a really early second pit stop. Yeah, okay, yeah, some damage. And we've got Flavors out of the session, but not DNF'd. So I think it's a disconnect rather than a rage quit.
It might be a rage quit. He just forgot that it doesn't always retire you.
I'll invite him back.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he rage quit considering how his race is going, but I don't think it is one because his car's still in the race.
Yeah.
And Daystream gonna come out the pit lane there in P12, I believe. Yeah, Scooby won't quite get up to the back of him. So he's now gonna be chasing after AC, Marcelio, and Cami Boy for the final points paying position. It's called Matic as well, but he's got a pit stop left to do, which will almost surely put Daystream back out of the Cadillac.
Yeah, he's still running a wing damage. But long some of the mediums with damage, but coming in pretty
Flavors
soon.
is back, and Phantom, you are really quiet now. Not sure what happened. Which is why.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now you're better, thank you. Lanky Brow with a good exit out the last corner, and rockets past AJ down towards turn 1. AJ not with any battery left, Though still trying to
Still
defend the
trying to fight
position around the outside into the first corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing doing there with the tyre advantage, and now Lanky pulling ahead and away.
Noteworthy that
Automatic
Dylan
at
has
the pit
brought
lane
up
finally.
Propulsor. Although Propulsor has overtake mode on this lap because of Flavors is Flavors is Ghost. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, must
Yeah.
be. Not sure where else we've gotten that
You
from.
would have thought they would have, made it so you. I feel like it's silly that you get boost from lap cars, but I don't know. Definitely
you got
in the
DS from lap cars, and actually
Propulsor. Yeah, he's
going around. I think
Inside
they both
curb.
because they both just lost a ton of time to Mihai. So there must have been a collision between Dylan and
I think
Propulsor.
it was just Propulsor ahead, lost it on the curb, and then Dylan just got held up by it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't see it. I just saw Propulsor around and Dylan also losing a ton of time. So put two and two together, I think they crashed.
Quite
And
possibly.
Propulsor heading off to the pit lane.
It's early to be coming off those hard tyres. He's going to
Wonder if he picked up
he's
that.
already pitted, hasn't he?
Scoloin.
He's already pitted, so he can
Also,
go onto
he's
another
now
hard.
already on the back of Viral. And Propulsor with no wing change onto another set of hards, so that's going to be another pit stop needed for him, though.
No, he pitted already. He pitted lap 1. Oh no, he didn't.
No, he hasn't. No, he's
It said 17 laps,
Yeah,
which is the same as.
he's done hard
Yeah.
now. He has to
It
pit
said
again.
his tyre age was the same as Mihai's, so I kind of assumed he pitted in the same lap, but that's just because he's completed less laps. He hadn't completed the lap yet. Yeah, so he is going to have to pit again.
Teammate.
And he will go right back past
Before
Kamiboy
you
there
see.
with Kamiboy. He's not got any ES to fight that battle.
Yeah,
Of
look
course,
at
the
the
tyre
gap now
advantage doesn't
between.
make much sense for him to fight him anyway. Scoloin now looking for the move on Viral, who is all the way on the inside of the track, and think Viral probably just let him go.
Yeah, he's got a full battery just Viral. You can just try and be dragged along by him. Although he's not
Oh, and
flying
Flavors is round again.
Oh, he's on puncture!
Viral is
Viral
puncture!
puncture!
That's why I let him through.
He's coming into the pit lane. It's not going to cost him too much time, but he goes way too deep. He cannot get the car stopped.
Viral.
He's
Oh,
going to
he's
have to
missed the
cross
pit
the
lane, I
line to
think.
come into the pits. He's going to cross the entire track, wheels into the pit lane, very, very slowly.
It's an absolute disaster today. What are Haas playing at? Both guys have been in there. How are Mihai's tyres? He's been on them for 18 laps. His front left looks a bit rough, but no punch of him just as yet.
The thing is, if Viral can't last 20 laps on hards, he's not going to get to the end on mediums from here either.
He's going on to another set of hards.
There might be more two stops than I thought there would be.
Yeah. So
I was
Mihai's
convinced it was
tyres...
an easy one stop, but
Viral
Yeah,
picked
Mihai's
lap
tyres
one,
going
so
to
he
be in
can go to
great
the end
state if
now
that's
he
what
wants
Virals
to.
are doing after... Yeah, if Virals tyres are doing that, Mihai's must be pretty wrecked as well. It's like, he's got his pit light on, but he's going to stay out for another lap.
yeah, interestingly, it was the front tire,
Yeah.
not the rear. I would have, if anything punctures, normally it's the rear tire.
Yeah.
I remember
But that, to me,
on-
indicates that Viral may have been pushing quite a bit, putting a lot
Yeah.
of load on the car, coming into
And
corners
Mihai's got damage,
quicker.
so you'd think that would put more load onto his front left.
Yeah, normally the damage would help you with tire wear, because normally the problem is the rear, and having a front wing damage reduces load on the rear. Well, workload on the rear, I should say, because you are coming into the corner with more understeer. But now the front wing damage will actually be making it worse for him, probably, because he has to
guess-
overcome that understeer with tire grip. And Dylan into the pit lane, coming out of the pit lane in 5th position. About 5 seconds behind Propulsor and 3 seconds ahead of Marcelio.
Yeah, but
Like
guess
3
I credit-
each.
the crucial difference
I
is
guess
that
compared to Viral, he's
Propulsor
on
has to pitch again.
controller. Controller on this track is really tough. Irish on the tyre wear on this track. So like the controller in the two left handers in the middle, although he's his front left anyway, but
And
it's
Mihai,
tough.
I think, is coming
Not
into the pit
easy.
lane. On lap 21.
That undercut from Lanky proved massive. Then if he got on Propulsor, I was sitting 10 seconds spare. He's got worse tyres, but can he just drive to the podium now? His first on the podium with Div 3 this would be. And
And-
maybe his first ever for Skoloin as well, I believe.
So we can see what the
After
undercut
puncture
is
Viral.
for Skoloin. As Propsel gets a 3 second, but he has to pit again anyway.
Wing
Skoloin
change
is-
from Mihai.
Yeah,
I'll put
wing
him even further
change.
back.
That's really going to cost him in this last turn, because he's going to be a long way behind, like 15 odd seconds, probably more.
Yeah, I think he's
Yellow
gonna
flag,
be
that's
first.
Cammy Boy and AC have crashed through turn number
Yep.
6 there.
Time
There's-
is stopped. No, he's going again.
Yeah, he's just trying to rejoin safely.
Yeah.
So they both come back on.
Crucially
That-
for Mihai, he's come out just before the Propulsor. That could have Been a big problem for him if he came out behind the McLaren and had to fight him. Now at least he can go chasing after Skoloin and Lanky, and that 3-second penalty for Flavors will surely hurt his race quite a bit.
Yep, devastating.
Viral in the meantime, he came out the pit lane in P7 after the puncture. Now with a battle for 7th with Daystream, his AC gets a 10-second penalty for speeding the pit lane and retires from the Grand Prix.
Our first retirement of the season, I'll bet from 26.
That took way longer than I thought it would.
Yeah. Considering we had a car in the wall before the race started, like as the race started, it took 22 laps to have our first retirement. Mihai is gaining quite a lot on Skoloin, but he's only got, he's got 14 laps to do it. He's got to gain basically a second a lap to catch, and then he's got to pass. So I think it's doable with the rate he's gaining, but it depends whether he can manage his battery to actually pass, I suppose.
I'm interested to see if Skoloin is going for the one-stop, because...
He surely is.
Yeah, I thought he surely is. Because if there's one driver I'm confident in knows how to manage a tire, it's him. But I did just see Varo blow up after 18 laps on a hard, and he wants to go...
22.
Yeah, thank you.
Or 23? He pitted end of 13, so 23 laps, I think. He's got a long way to go still. A long, long way to go. But
of course, both Lanky and Mihai from behind are catching him, especially Mihai. The gap is coming down by about 2 seconds a lap.
Yeah.
And it's looking similar behind Mihai. Dylan is catching Purposeful at a rate of knots. And the fight for P4 very much on. Ferrari looking very strong. Coming towards the end of this Grand Prix. I would put a bit of a question mark next to Mihai's tire as well. 15 laps on a medium. 3-second penalty to Purposeful for the second time now. Up to
so
a
he's got
6
two in about,
penalty.
he's got 2-3 seconds in about 2 laps.
Skoloin's got the overtake mode for the slap. He was behind the lap car of action rate for the detection point, which will help him to try and
a yellow
ease
flag.
that gap.
Scooby's gone off at turn 4. Just a brief off, I think he just ran into the gravel a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Cammy Boy, he's gone off.
Cammy Boy's slow.
Now we have a battle for 13th for our hands. Or 12th and 13th, sorry.
I'm just wondering how Cammy Boy lost so much time, because he just seems to be barely moving through the corner. I thought he'd blown up or something, but he's only been on those tires for 3 laps. And obviously he's going now like nothing happened, so it can't be that.
Yeah, I think the next cars to look out for in terms of blowing up Marcelio, Luke and Skoloin. Nobody else is really in range of blowing up anytime soon.
You never know, okay, you just said Marcelio. Scooby-Doo could be not too far off.
By the way, Flavors is still behind AC.
What lap is Flavors on? That's what I want to know.
I think he's just starting 25. He's just started 21.
How are you 4 laps down?
Did it glitch when he disconnected or what? Like, how has he lost so much time?
His steering wheel says lap 21.
You're right, I'm looking in the race director. You're absolutely right.
That's crazy.
God. He's not going to be classified at this, right? Oh, obviously, if you use the game classification. There goes Dylan past Proper Cell, having more battery, and the overtake mode made that fairly easy. And then on the run down into turn 4, he can just confirm that place. They're both out of battery, but it doesn't matter for Dylan because he's got the track position and the overtake mode. I still can't get it in my head that the old overtake is now boost and the old DRS is now overtake. It's
just a quick word on Flavors. His best lap is a 107, and his second best lap is a 115. So he's only ever done 1 lap the entire race on a competitive lap time.
That's not what
consistency.
He spun every. Yeah, fucking hell.
That's why he's 4 laps down.
And 2 warnings.
And then there he gets to the fastest lap.
He said the fastest lap.
He did get a warning on that lap though. I'm not sure why that counts. That's some bullshit.
The rest of the lap, they're all rubbing. Got 2 good laps for the entire race.
Well, they're both illegal. He got track limit warnings on both of them.
Yeah, one of them says penalty on it as well.
Marcelio in the pit lane for the 2nd time in this Grand Prix now. And the Audi is going to be coming out probably
medium,
between Cold-Matting and Luke in P10.
It's a hard tire for Marcelio. It's a use hard.
2 mediums.
Use hard.
He pitted lap 1, so he's gone hard, medium, hard.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's 3rd stop already then. Yeah, 3rd stop.
It's back onto the same set of hards that he started the race on. They're only 1 lap old.
3 stops, and he's still in the points for Audi. We look like we're going to see points for both Cadillac and Audi in their first ever race. Division
battle
3,
for second
P9.
is on.
P10.
Mihai's
Brown
gain is
with-
Mihai's rate of gain is definitely less than it was. Flavors is off again, I think. No, it's not Flavors. It's why is Cammy Boy on Inters?
Interesting call.
Fuck knows.
I cannot lie.
Oh yeah, someone said rain was coming at the end.
Dylan said it might rain at the end on the grid.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe Cammy Boy was about to puncture, and he thought, I have to pit now, but I don't want to pit onto the slick just before it starts raining.
But it's not.
Either that or he's just
Or
taking the piss.
he was thinking.
We've got zero battery. Lanky, we've got battery.
Not this
And
again.
yeah, so one of these guys has a tire, one of these guys has a battery. Let's see what's more important.
I think the tire.
Lanky is lagging all over the place on my screen.
Hold on.
Although it's going to be close. Depends how much Lanky burns. Lanky's not going to burn. He's basically
No,
waves
I
Mihai
think-
through. Although he might get a chance for the switch back here if they go out of turn 4. But yeah, Lanky's just not deploying
I
it.
think
No,
Lanky
Lanky's
knows.
just gonna let him go. Yeah.
I think Lanky's focused on
definitely
Dylan.
could've- If Lanky tried to fight that, would have been fuck all me I could do.
Yeah. I think
the
Lanky's
thing
focused on
in
Dylan.
Lanky's head, there'll be no difference between P2 and P3. He'll just want this podium. His eyes on Dylan, not Mihai.
Look how slow
The rain
Mihai is.
is surely coming, I would say. The cloud's coming down before the first car
Yeah.
enters already. Yeah, either Cammy Boy is... Yeah, because he hasn't come back into the pit lane either, so... If he's not just here to take the piss now at the intermediates, which... Yeah, there's rain!
There's rain! There's rain! There's rain! Oh,
And so
Marcelio, you pitted 2 laps too early.
And so the two stoppers, Mihai, are in trouble
Oh, by
because
the way,
Scoline
Flavors has finally gotten AC.
will be able to pick
Yes.
onto the Inters in a lap or two's time, and that will nullify the advantage Mihai has if he can't gain in that time.
Oh, the rain looks not intense whatsoever.
Yeah.
We will not be on Inters soon. And in this condition, Mihai's tire advantage becomes
Yeah, that's
so
true.
much more important. That 5-second gap could definitely be reduced to 0 before we pit for Inters. If we pit for Inters, remember how short this track is. If
Yeah.
there's, say, 4 laps to go, and yeah, Mihai just gained a second in 2 corners. Now Skoloin is really struggling.
Scoline locked up
for
into
tires.
4, yeah.
Oh yeah, the gap is coming down so quickly.
It's a lot
Mihai's
of trouble
gaining like
now.
a second per corner.
Although, will he be able to pass? Probably.
With this pace advantage, yes.
Yeah. Oh, Mihai's won!
Yes, round! Oh my god!
He's got around to the last corner, and now he's going to be close with Dylan. His tire advantage is going to be ruined by that. And now he's got to pass Lanky again, as Flavors has now crashed, I think, or has he retired?
He's crashed.
Yeah, Flavors has
Car
crashed
stationary.
on a straight. Yeah.
Yeah, wait,
But we're not going to get a
How's he
safety car.
crashed there?
We'll
He's
see.
just winning all
You
race.
were in the middle of the straight. He couldn't have been further from a corner if he tried.
Yeah, so now we're
Just
going to...
winning a race. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. We're not getting a safety car. Mihai's got us... Mihai's still only 8 seconds behind, to be fair.
Caught Matic in the pit lane, and that's surely going to be an Inter. I think it's too early for
Yeah.
Inter still. Cammy Boy's losing
If
time
no.
still.
Probably
He's
is.
overtaken Mihai though, Cammy Boy. But like the ghosted card, it was just overtaken Mihai.
It is an Inter.
I mean, now he's gone
Okay,
wide and he's
Inter's
gone back
for the
through,
Cadillac
but
now.
they look close.
They look fairly even, yeah, if you look at Mihai. I think a new slick will still be faster, but... And Lanky's gaining a
Yeah,
lot on
it's
Scoline
hard to
as
pit.
well.
Skoloin is staying out, and that's going to be a huge mistake, I think. And Lanky Brown is in.
Lanky's
and
coming
I
in.
think Skoloin might have just lost this race lead to Lanky Brown.
Come on,
Mihai's
Lanky.
staying out as well. No, it's wet. They're missing the crossover. Proper cell is in.
Yes,
Dylan
Scoline
is out.
straight on a
Both
turn
Ferraris
1.
staying out.
It's getting very damp and very fast.
Look
The
at
Ferrari
gap from
should have split
Cosmetic to
strategy.
Marcelio, how quickly it's coming down.
Yeah. The Ferrari should have
Huge
split the
mistake in
strategy.
the top 3.
The track is very damp now. Scoline looks up
Ferrari as
again.
well. What? Daystream is in. Curtis is staying out.
Curtis makes a...
Marcelio.
Scoline's crashed! Into all on the straight.
Scoline.
He was struggling for traction for so long. Mihai is struggling as well. They are going to be behind Lanky when they come out the pits. It's probably going to be just that because no one else has actually
And wing
pitted.
damage as well for Skoloin.
Come on, Lanky, Brad. I've always believed in you.
Yeah, Lanky's won this race.
Viral's
There's
gone
no...
off.
Look at Viral.
Yeah, if I was gone off, it's got a penalty for it.
It's so wet already.
It's only 15 seconds of the gap.
It's not time for Inter, and now look at this. They are crawling around the track on the slicks.
Promise with a shocking pistol onto the medium.
They've all got to fight.
Oh, Mihai with a big moment.
What a save.
Stop turning the battery on. Oh my
I
god!
can't turn the battery
He
on
tried to
anymore.
die.
13 seconds is the gap Lanky to Scoline. He's going to come out about 9 seconds ahead. And especially if Scoline changes the wing.
Surely he must, and that will drop him behind Mihai. Dylan is gonna have to double stack.
Yeah, the
Lanky
Ferrari
Brown,
should have split on the previous lap.
on his return, has just taken a lead, and the gap he will have behind, I think Mihai will probably be second still. This is the next count into his D stream.
Scoline's not changed his wing. Scoline's going
Scoline
up,
is
staying
still
up
in
in the
second
second.
place.
Yeah, he doesn't want the time loss. Skirline's been in control of this entire race, it's felt like, and it's all
It's just two mistakes that just ruined the race. 'Cause the one he made at the end
And
of
the
the first stint.
professional engineer, the man whose hot job it is not to make that fuck up, has made that fuck up. And lost about 10 seconds in one lap.
Cammy Boy's
Camboy
crashed.
has
On the straight,
crashed.
there's a safety car!
And a full car safety car! And
A
Proper
safety-
has pulled the blind
Oh,
by being an absolute idiot. Staying out on slicks for another lap. He is actually...
He's going to have
It's his
less
teammates
bunch.
crashed, I'm saying it.
like he's guaranteed winners down the drain. He's gonna have to fight for it on track now.
Scoline's pit! How? How do you? How? Why? What are you? Why are you even being close to the limit?
Oh, it's still free Herod.
There's no reason to be anywhere near the limit.
One of those scorers emotions, it's like the fucking roller coaster theme. We're so back, it's over. Safety car comes out, we're so back. 5-3 penalty.
Why is
It's
Kaiser still on the
so
hards?
over.
Mate, the Kaiser and Cammy Boy crashing in the middle of the straight while his teammate is on slicks in the rain.
While they're in VC.
Crazy.
You've got to respect the Kaiser still be at them 12 lap old cars, and that is just respect. He wasn't going to piff a
Proper Cell is staying out.
Play.
Is he?
Oh, Christ almighty.
And
No,
no,
he's
he just
coming
crossed
in.
the line. Okay.
Yeah,
He's
of course it's coming
crossed
in.
I know. It's just like I'm assuming he's going to follow the pit line, which he didn't.
Yeah, no,
Right.
the pit lane is not being respected today. I don't
No.
think I saw a single car stay within the white lines.
At least, some of them have at least been trying to. What's Viral up? Oh, Virus Delta, I think. I was just wondering, like, he came out
We
the
don't
glass
want to see
corner
any
and
more
just, like, stopped.
drive-throughs in this race. We're going to have points for awesome people that wouldn't expect it.
Luke's probably going to score points, because Scooby might score points. Because of the drive
But the
there's a
penalties,
choice for
Scooby
Luke
will
and
score
Marcelo,
points.
Yeah. Unless he, like, gets fucked on the
Because
restart.
Skoloin has a drive-through, Viral has 3, Purple has 9, Curtis, Marcelio and Luke have 3 as well. With all the penalties.
No, Scooby's been lapped. Scooby's been lapped.
What?
Oh my god, he has.
Yeah. Oh no! And the same for Kaiser.
I'm not
Rip.
sure they're going to have to automate letting him through stage.
Yeah.
Not
So-
sure any drivers are going to be willing.
Yeah, and there's no, like, enforced letting the lap cars through in the game, which is sad.
Well, we have got a rule for it, but it's been...
Forgotten.
Yeah, I'm not sure that people know.
I think it's more of a guideline of, like, it's nice for the people to
it's
lap.
not something we are like super strict to enforce.
Like, it's hard to enforce it because it's just like, yeah,
We like to see people do it.
I didn't realise the car behind me was lapped. There's not much more you can do to that.
Well, it only takes one person to understand and actually just overtake someone who's letting someone else through.
I
and
think
also
if
give
you're
a
overtaking
best.
people that are letting people through, you can't. I think it's quite obvious normally.
Yeah,
but-
but no one wants to actually pull over and risk that happening.
Oh.
Especially like,
Scooby's gone off at turn 1. So Lanky's leading. He's got Mihai 2 cars behind him. Skurloin in second would have had a chance in this race if he wasn't stupid.
but you never know. You could do
I
a gas
cannot
lead and just finish
believe
the race and get it
that with the
removed.
strategy Mihai is on, starting softs, pitting on the first lap, not pitting for inters, he's gonna win this race.
Yeah,
That's
I've mentioned the
bullshit.
wing change as well.
Yeah, so much better on Lanky Brown's name. He is
Okay, if
one
Mihai
of
doesn't manage to get around Lanky Brown, it's been lapping like a second off pace all race. What the fuck are Viral and Proper Cell doing?
Lanky is one of those controller wet merchants. He's got this trust. And I don't
I mean,
know.
if Viral didn't have a penalty, I would probably put a good amount of money on him to win this race now.
He could.
I mean,
There's
Scooby-Doo-
only going to be like. There's going to be 2 laps of racing though. Is the problem?
If he passes 5 cars and gets a 3-second lead in 3 laps, close
It's
to
only
lead,
going to be. It's only going to be 2. It's going to be because they're staying
I
out for
think
this
we'll
lap.
be
35 and
next lap.
36.
True.
If Viral
Well, that's
wins,
good news for Lanky. Less time for him to
if
defend
Viral
against
wins
all
on
Ferraris.
track, like I'm going to be amazed. I don't think Skyline's going to have to serve the drive-through because of how it is.
I think
That's
he's
what
better
I'm
off serving it because the 20
That's
second
what I'm
time
saying,
penalty
you
will probably cost
could
him
get him-
more.
No, I mean, a pit stop was about 22 round here. I honestly think if
Do
he
it
just keeps
Gasly.
track position and just like runs as fast as he can, because of other some of
Is he gonna gap 20 seconds to Luke? In 2 laps?
is he go? But if he pits and serves
Oh,
the
he
drive,
might.
Oh, right now.
but if he pits and serves the drive-through, is he gonna gain? Like, is he gonna catch back up to Luke?
I'm not friends with Luke, I can't invite him.
Well,
That's
Mihai
wrong
is,
with,
so-
Oh no, I am! Get him on EA, there we go.
It's worth
Got the
noting
word for me
that
now.
obviously Viral and Coppercell swapping around. Scooby-Doo is now ahead of both of them, or was ahead of both of them. So maybe Viral tried to let Scooby through. Coppercell did go through as well. I'm just speculating here, but Scooby-Doo's going to be right in the way of this restart anyway, ahead of Coppercell and
Unless he
Viral.
gets let by the.
Similar situation as well for the Kaiser. I believe he is in front of Coldmatic,
It's
yeah.
Cadillac,
Yeah.
the Cadillac.
In this lap, we've got 2 laps remaining of some wet chaos after, like 40 odd minutes of an Austrian Grand Prix. This should be interesting. Lanky is in control of the restart. There's no boost mode in these conditions, so battery management shouldn't be as much of a problem. Plays into Mihai's favour, I'd say.
Lanky in the car, he got his first ever Div 2 podium in the Alpine. Do the stars
Yeah.
align?
So Scott, yeah,
Keep
Lanky
warming
controls the
tyres up
restart.
aggressively.
He'll go presumably out the last corner, but we can't tell for sure because. And he goes now.
He's going to pit immediately.
You can't. I
don't
swear
know
you
if he
can't.
can, yeah,
No, I don't think you're allowed to.
Can serve it.
But Lanky leads us away on the restart. Mihai's about 8 tenths behind him as we go racing again. They're all fairly spread apart here. Viral on the back of Propulsel's going to try and challenge him.
yes, go
Around the
race,
outside,
change the
turn 1, but he's not going to make it work. Skola's retired. He still would have scored a point because he was on the... he probably wouldn't actually. Never
No, he
mind.
was changing his tyres. He was changing his
Yeah.
tyres. He wanted to still serve a drive-through.
I was trying to remember how many cars were lapped.
Viral
You got
on the inside of
Viral
Propulsel.
on the inside of Propulsel. He's going to make it work. Get through turn 3. I think he might. Has Mihai just disconnected, or was that me?
Yeah, Mia's gone.
Mihai's gone, and that's big for Dylan. It's big for those behind trying to challenge him because Mihai is going to be slow until he can come back in. And Lanky is just going to run away. He's got a lap and a half to hold on to a 1.8 second gap to Dylan behind him. There's no boost in these conditions. It's really just a matter of keeping it on the road for Lanky, I'd say.
But Mia's AI is...
Fast.
He's quick.
Get a walk for Dylan, what the fuck?
I mean, Lanky's not gapping him either.
He's actually... Mia's AI is actually holding base.
Mihai's AI is faster than Mihai.
Guys, Dylan, come on.
And two Mercedes
the
passing
final
into the last
corner, it's
corner.
really
Mihai's
cool
going
that
back.
finally-
Dylan
Such a
goes
cute
up into
enough.
second place now. And it's
What,
1.8
did Mia
from
put
Dylan to
the AI on
Lanky.
110 and not tell anyone?
Maybe.
Yeah, I reckon so.
There's a 1.8 second gap behind Lanky as we are now on the final lap. He's just going to lead them away. Mihai still not back into the session, but he's going to
Oh,
have to
there's no
re-overtake his
back.
teammate Dylan if he wants that second place again. Viral in 4th place is going to be thwarted by those penalties. Propulsor is going to go all the way down, possibly to the very edge of the point. He's going to be ahead of Luke still, as Viral now goes past Mihai's AI. Still not back into the session yet. Mihai now back in, but he's going to be 3rd.
Should get the place back on penalties, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be 3rd. He'll get the place back to Viral. And Lanky's sliding through turn 4. He's just got a sector and a half that he's got to get that car through to take Division 3 victory here. He just needs to keep it on the road. It's all he's got left. The only thing that can stop him now is himself, really.
The rain has stopped, by the way, for the last couple of corners.
Yeah, just another little thing to chuck into the mix. But Lanky takes it into turn 9. Seemingly didn't really want to return to Division 3 or racing at all. But he comes around the final corner and he proves why it was the right thing to do. Lanky wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Dylan 2nd place, Mihai 3rd. D-Stream comes home in 4th on his debut. Viral 5th after the penalty applied. He might have fallen down a little bit further. It is 5th for Viral in the end. With the championship lead for Lanky. And, very solid drive in the end. to get
I don't
it
know if I've ever
through.
been so happy to see someone win a race that isn't myself. Maybe I'm even more happy. Lanky Brown, you fucking legend. Oh, what a race. What a start to F1 26 for F1 Total for Div 3. So much going on. So much drama in the race. About 4 different people could have won it. I disconnected. Skyline's got a drive-through penalty and then served it wrong. And Lanky, reserving for Alpine, takes the win in the first round of the season. Who would have predicted this? No one's predicted it because I've done the prediction sheet and no one predicted it, obviously.
Sure.
What a day. I almost can't sum it up into words. What a moment.
Hold on. I have a prediction that predicted this. I said a driver not currently on the grid wins a race. Now, I'm not sure if I said that for Division 3, but I know I put it somewhere.
I put Lanky as my surprise podium because, like, why not? And he's done that and more.
Oh no, I think I put that for a lead. Shit.
Wow. I'll be bringing this up at work 900 times tomorrow. Lanky Brown, take a bow. You can be so proud of yourself because he's finally done it. You got to feel for Mihai. You got to feel for Skoloin. They could have won it. They haven't. I think Mihai still ended up with the podium, so at least you can take solace in that. Skoloin without a point. And Dylan, the other person on the podium, make it overall. Ferrari can come away with that happy. Double podium. They've massively outscored who you would think would be their rivals in Haas. Viron in 5th and Flavors absolutely nowhere. Very strong debuts there from D-Stream in 4th, Comatic 6th, AJ Curtis 7th. Robinson and Luke Core pick up points each in 9th and 10th. But the day's got to be Lanky Brown. Unbelievable.
A great opening race well for Ferrari. Of course, Mihai's disconnect on the restart costing him a chance at least to fight Lanky for the win. But still, 2 and 3, leading the Constructors' Championship after that. And both Dylan and Mihai, I would say, looking quick. And yeah, Ferrari, I would say, probably the favorites to win the Constructors' Championship after that first race.
Yeah. Depending where the other Alpine was 10th, I think.
Well, especially because Lanky is a reserve, so
Yeah.
while he has gotten a good points haul for Alpine today, that's probably the only points haul he'll get for Alpine, unless he takes the main seat at Alpine.
It's
I'm
down
gonna tell him to, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, surely he's got to go for the championship now.
Come on,
You can't
Lanky.
be the lead and
Get a
not keep
seat,
racing.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Lanky had 60% tyre wear when he pitted. I don't know why anyone else stayed out longer, to be fair. But, yeah, Lanky definitely made the right call, and that was what won him the race. Just making one correct call. Like, obviously, he had to be in the right place, right time. But it was that call that won him the race. And the call that, although Skoloin's retired, he's still an esports engineer. Should really be getting that one right, you'd say.
Sorry. Yeah, I think Lanky proved exactly what I said before. The one-lap pace, because Lanky, especially midway through the race, was looking so slow, like painfully slow. But it doesn't matter. Not one bit. He just managed the EAS correctly. He held on to the positions, mainly against Toto and McLaren. What's his display name again, so people know who I'm talking about?
Totozino, Proper Cell 979.
Proper Cell, thank you. Held on against him for a long time, despite Proper Cell probably being the faster driver. But the EAS management from Lanky was brilliant. And then the strategy call, the perfect timing for the pit stop onto the intermediates, and yeah, jumping Skoloin and Mihai, who, what can you say, completely shut themselves. And then, of course, a little bit of luck involved as well with Mihai's disconnect on the safety car restart.
Like, it would have been closer, of course.
Attacked, but also, in turn, the safety car itself was already bad luck. Without the safety car, Lanky already had to win in the back.
Without the safety car, it was like 7 odd seconds up the road, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think it's literally 10 seconds in the lead. So
yeah, and then you had and then after the safety car, he still would have been a decent way ahead of Mihai, because he went before Skoloin pitted, so there still would have been a car between them on the restart, with an extra half second probably. Yes, it's well managed from Lanky in the end, and it shows return should be made sooner, or maybe not. Maybe he chose the perfect time and the perfect game
I
in
think
which
it's the
to return.
perfect time for the game. That guy knows what he's doing. It was a wet merge.
He said he's not taking a main seat, but just keep talking him into it. Eventually we'll get him.
He's managed to somehow pick a dry to wet race as well as a little bit of a
Actually, if he comes back, that's the second time in a row he completely fucks my Division 3 predictors, because last year I think I picked him champion, and then he quit. So now I didn't pick him for anything, because he wasn't on the grid. And now he's going to be on the grid.
Suddenly put in chat the exact same thing.
Yeah.
He actually is just here to absolutely destroy our predictions.
Yeah. Yeah, now we've got... Oh, Division 2 will probably be carnage as well. You can imagine. If, 3 was like this, 2 will probably be fairly chaotic. And I'm excited for when the sweats will try to drive, and because the one thing about esports sweats, they can't race each other. That's like the whole thing.
Oh, have you seen any of the social races in esports?
No. But
PSGL,
from what I've heard,
WR...
from what I know about esports sweats, is they can drive on their own, they can't drive with each other.
But they can drive with each other perfectly fine on any game other than this. Because the average, you start with 22 cars. You finish with 10 if you're lucky.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
But they don't DNF, but they just rage quit. Because they usually have safety cars off, for example. Or they just don't care, it's a social race to keep going when they are at the back. But you get so many incidents. We saw it in this race as well, people were going for moves in silly positions.
Yeah.
But it kind of was okay, because people... I mean, in these divisions, when there is a collision, it's usually a skill issue. Someone has misjudged leaving space or gone for a move that they weren't trying to go for. When there is a collision at esports level, it's usually not a skill issue. They were firmly aware that they were about to cause a collision, and they decided that they would have the collision. It's an ego thing. And you see a lot of that with this EIS, because you get so much more ego battling into corners when you simply the only thing you're doing is losing time, and that frustrates people, and then they go for, in return, also a stupid move, like as revenge, and then the other guy's like, well, you just lost even more time, and then it's a spiral, and eventually you just kill each other. And that happens so much. It's worse in social races, because people, of course, aren't so bothered about the result. So I think it won't be as bad in competitive races, but for sure, it's gonna happen. And I was gonna say I'm looking forward to it. No, I'm not, because I'm driving. I think if I was watching it, I'd be very much looking forward to Division 1 and Elite, especially. I think it could be a great show, but...
Well, I cannot wait for Div 2 tomorrow. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same. I can't wait for Division 3, I can't wait for Division 2. I'm very excited to be watching this game. I'm unsure if I want to be driving too much this year.
Oh, I can't wait for Elite. It's going to be so fun.
Oh yeah, because you're on comms.
Yep.
So it's not your problem.
Yep.
And you're not even a steward or anything either, so it's literally not your problem in any way. You just get to
I
enjoy
can
the shit show.
I can just enjoy it and go,
Yeah.
This is not my problem in the slightest. I just enjoy the chaos. I love leagues where I just don't need to actually think about the sake of the league. I can just... Yeah, it's not my responsibility.
I mean, you are going to eventually go no assist, so eventually it does become your problem.
Eventually, but chaos in this race isn't my problem.
Unfortunately, I am a steward in Division 3, so this will be my problem. I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, what an opener. I think we're on for a great season.
Yeah. And not just the chaos,
moment,
the racing was good.
Yeah, the racing was good. I would say that it was a bit more chaotic than the average Division 3 race last game, but it wasn't...
I mean, that's in part because it's the first race of the game. It's always going to be more chaotic.
Yeah, first race of the game. And the game is a bit more chaotic just by design with the EIS. It just is a bit more unpredictable and crazy. But it wasn't bad. It was good to watch, and I would say there was a few more incidents than normal, but not to a level where I think it gets stupid. It's just a game that people have to adjust to, and a game that naturally lends itself to just more racing happening. And when you race cars, you crash cars, as a certain Aussie has said. So that's what it comes down to. We are going to see more racing, and I mean we're going to see more crashing.
Yep. And more speed differential, which leads to more crashing.
And a game that people don't know, which also means more crashing.
Yep.
And also a game which I think even if you do know it quite well, it's harder to drive. The rear is so nervous, and that also means more crashing.
Although it doesn't affect it as much because about 90% of Division 3's got traction control on, but...
Well, Flavors doesn't, and you can fucking tell.
Yeah, as I was about to say.
Flavors catching your straw.
I could not believe out of this lap times, man. And there was only one under 115. I couldn't believe.
I can't. Flavors asked me before the race for advice on fuel load. I ignored him. And what he said was -1 or -2. And considering he got lapped like 5 or 6 times,
-10.
he could have gotten away with a lot more than that.
I think generally you go about -1 on this game because you recharge so much
He's
through
such bully.
Lyco, but I don't know. I'm not going to take the risk of going -1 in my first race on the game. Like,
yeah, I have a mental blockade. Like, I know factually I can get away with so much underfueling, but I have never done it. And I haven't done it for the last, oh my god, 8 games. So old. And I'm not going to start now. I don't know, it feels wrong.
what feels wrong? Like, going, like, dead zero feels wrong, even if you know it's a track where you recharge, I find. Like,
I'm fine with dead zero, but I can't go negative. Even though I know I should.
yeah.
I always have the mentality, like, I'd rather have a lap too much than too little.
Yeah.
But with the current system, I end up with, like, 3 laps too much. And that, of course, does make a difference at that point. It's also something I think you can't test it as well because it depends so much on your how your race goes, how much Lyco you get to do, whether you're in a train or on your own.
And safety cars.
Like if you just run a Grand Prix mode race against AI and you set the AI to a level where you don't race them so you can get a good test, that's so inaccurate to what the actual race will be. Because the last game already, it was a little bit different whether you were in a DRS train or on your own. For one with the tire wear and the fuel.
Yep.
Because being around other cars affects you, but that's turned up to like 11, not even, but turned up to 100 this year, with how often you are side by side with cars and how often you lift and coast to avoid being side by side with cars and to get the recharge, and then burn the battery onto the next straight to get the overtake, and then the re-overtake, and it's just so much moving parts, and it's really interesting. It's turned into much more of a strategical game. And a game of chess, really, much more so than the racing we're used to. And I know a lot of people are not happy with that. I personally think this could be one of the most exciting years of league racing, at the very least for those watching.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
For those driving, I think some will really like it and take to it. I would have to see, really. It's going to take a few races, competitive races, to be able to tell.
Actual race I've done was that Japan, which was a lot of fun because just defending with Jeremy, it was so
the
easy.
48-hour event.
Yeah, that's the only.
That's most race I've done so far. And
that's the only actual race I've done.
Shit show for me, so.
I've done one because in the other stint I disconnected before the start. So I've done one proper race
against AI, but that's.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Getting a teammate and holding the field up is very fun and very easy.
Yeah, I had the experience as well in Madrid, in our social race, or the not social season 18.5 race. I had like orange wing, and I was still able to defend against Gabri, despite the fact he was significantly faster, just because you have so much battery, and when you press the battery, like the straight line speed is the same. So when I press the battery, he can't go anywhere. What's he gonna do? Dive from me into that chicane where you cut the track completely?
Yeah.
All that's going to do is put us both, not even on the wall, over the wall. So that's not an option. Of course, that's fact dependent then. Madrid, I think, is going to be one where it's going to be really difficult to overtake.
Suzuka is hard to overtake.
At a track like Silverstone, for example, Silverstone has been in the social race so far, our race next week. Silverstone is really, really bad because there's the straights of Monza. Basically, you are full throttle for so much of the lap, and you need the energy everywhere. You can be overtaken everywhere.
But then it's high speed
But-
corners.
The main way to get battery back
Oh.
is heavy braking zones.
Oh,
For
yes.
Monza Turn World, for example, you can come in with 10%, come out with 70. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
But then
But
Silverstone, you've
Silverstone,
got, like, you know, you've got Brooklands and Luffield, where you're braking for about 2 meters.
you get like 10% recharge from Luffield to Vale.
Yeah,
And you have to make the battery last that whole way.
that sounds very plausible, because I mean, it depends how much you lift through maggots.
Yeah, the only chances after Luffield for recharge then are Cops, and then Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel. But if you try and recharge through there, someone's gonna send it.
Yep.
Someone's gonna take that invitation, and especially if you're sitting in a train with many cars. So I'm really excited for Silverstone next week to see how that plays out.
Oh, when's it? Is
and I
it
think
a week
also it's gonna
today?
play out very differently from Silverstone is round 2. Very differently from division to division.
Suzuka's not bad for battery, because although you end up you recharge pretty much fully in sector 1, you come through the hairpin, you can burn a bit, you recharge a bit through Spoon. You don't
Spoon
want,
is really good for recharge because you can just roll through it completely. You don't even brake.
but again, you don't want to be burning too much on those straights, because then you need battery left for the main straight. But you can lift from 130R to the chicane and be fine, and no one can pass
The
you. 'cause
game
it's
kind of
narrow
lives
enough.
through you anyway. What's it called?
Like,
Super clipping.
Mm.
It's really bad. You lose like 30 kph from 130R to the Casco Triangle, even if you are at full throttle. So the game recharges battery for you anyway. And a track that I really like so far, which might be a sign I don't like this EIS system, because it's one of the few tracks where the EIS feels more like last year, is Mexico. Because the super clipping in Mexico is very extreme. You don't need to do any lift and coast. Nothing.
Mm.
You can literally use battery like normal and be completely fine. So Mexico, I think, is going to be a race that people who don't like this battery too much will really enjoy.
Mhm.
And then Silverstone is going to be probably the worst race for people who don't like this, and the best race for people who do.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
head
a
off
cheery
now.
note.
Thank you both, and thank you to D3. What an opening race. Congrats to Lanky and to you for
We should probably wrap it up, shouldn't we?
cheers both. See you.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a pretty decent sign. We should probably wrap up the stream. We've been yapping for so long that the voice chat disabled thing came up.
Alright. I will leave you to it then. I'm going to head on as well.
Yeah. All right.
Viewers, thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow, Division 2. Goodbye,
Yeah.
Nomi.
Thank you as well. Yeah. So big congrats to Lanky. Congrats to Mihai and what's his name? Dylan. Congrats to Mihai and Dylan as well for running out the podium, and just congrats to all of the drivers. Made it through the first race of F1 26. First race of the season can be the hardest one. No one has any clue what they're doing. These things should normalise out a bit more of the rest of the season, but we'll have to see what that normalised out sort of level is. And the only way to find that out is by watching the races. So, see you, the viewers, around. And thanks to you lot as well for still being here. Tomorrow, Division 2. Saturday, Division 1. And Sunday, for the first time, we've got Elite Division. I think I'll be streaming that. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm on it, and I assume I'd be streaming it if I am there. So, yeah, it's me and Sully, so I should be streaming. So yeah, Elite Division should be a lot of fun. Getting some proper sweats here. Got the prize pool as well, so people actually have a reason to want to win. But yeah, hopefully, can see you guys soon.